Splinterheads, welcome back. If you're new here, thanks for dropping by and spending a few minutes with me. I'm Bronze Dragon. I like to cover Splinterlands topics, as well as games related to Splinterlands and things of that nature on a weekly basis, sometimes more than one time a week, depending upon how much is going on. And also for those that haven't been following me, just a little bit of a background. I'm not a high-end player. I'm not an extremely experienced player. In fact, I would say I'm kind of like the middle-of-the-road Joe. And I've been trying to make videos that point out different things that might apply to help people that are just starting out. But some of the stuff that I go over is middle of the road and maybe kind of boring for some people, such as the investment side, the money side. But I do try to talk about the cards, and my main aspect is playing it as a card game. So don't take anything I say as investment advice. Obviously, I have thrown in some money towards buying cards that hopefully are worth more in the future. And over the last few weeks, we've seen the prices go from bottom to start to rise again, as we saw at the end of last year. That was a different situation. We were in a bull market, so I'm not going to discuss that anyway. Let's just keep it at the fact that I'm a card player first and foremost, and the videos I do focus on trying to make my deck better and perform better. Okay, with that said, last week on Friday when I usually made my video, I had mic problems, so I was not able to make a video. Since then, I have fixed that, and it was more of a software settings issue than an actual mic problem. But usually on Fridays, I do a little bit of buying and aim that at improving my deck and my play. Also, you'll note, or I will note, that I play with a two-sided approach. Part of my deck is rented out. The kind of quote-unquote extra cards that I don't use on a daily basis are rented out to draw me a little bit of extra income to use for things. And I use the Splinterlands bot. If there's enough interest, I can do a little bit of a video on the Splinterlands bot and what my findings have been, because I've been using it for almost a year now. It's pretty simple to use, and it's done its job, basically. So the other side of that is I've been using the Archmage bot, and I like it from the fact that I work a full day up until for the last many years. Last 8 years, I've been working 10 to 12-hour days, and when I get home, I don't feel really like dedicating an hour to 2 hours of strictly playing Splinterlands because I have very little time. So I like it from using the Archmage bot from the fact that I can just set it and check the settings once a day before I leave for work and know that it'll be playing. And so that's the other side. And I do play from time to time. I do play my weekly guild brawls as well. I do encourage everyone to get into a guild and play your brawls because as we'll see at the end of this video, because I do have some packs to open, it does help to strengthen let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. If we go into, no, not that, go into cards and look at the gladius cards. These are the cards, if you're not familiar, I'm sure a lot of you are, but if you're not familiar and you're new, gladius cards up to this point can only be earned if you're in a guild participating in guild brawls. Okay. Now, as time has gone along, and especially this year, they've made these a lot more important, and especially focusing on going into the new rewards card set. They will be able to be played outside of guild brawls, and we had our first couple tournaments the last couple weeks where people could use them in the tournaments. And up till the last week or so, you've been limited in the guild brawl to using one of these cards per match, because really a lot of them are really powerful, right? But going into the new rule sets that I've covered in one of my last few videos, you'll see that you can get, depending upon what you're playing and what the rule sets are, you can use up to 3 of these in a match. I don't need to tell you that that is going to make things really spicy, and it's going to change up the meta, as it were, or referring to the end game, the powerful matches, what's considered, what a win, basically, right? So we'll see how that evolves. And over the last week, we have the 2 major pieces of news have been that we had the new rule sets come out, whereas the matches have 3 different rule sets instead of 2. This is mainly aimed at, it does spice up the game as far as requiring you more attention, more thought process, changing up the way you play your matches and such. But it also was aimed at the bots, squarely at the bots, and they've talked about it on a few of the town halls. Basically put, you throw another rule set in there, it requires the AI to it's going to require more of a thought process, and I guess the idea is that the human brain is better at it than the AI. And of course, up front, that's probably true. But as we all do, just give the AI, the bots, a little bit of time, and they'll catch up. So personally, like I said, I'm running the Archmage bot. It's almost 3 days before the end of the season, and Archmage bot has been kind of, I guess, handling it okay. I did, when they first switched it on, I did see a fair amount of losses, but it seems over the last day or two to have caught back up, and I'm kind of right where I was last season with 3 days left in the season. So I don't use any of the other bots, and obviously this was not really aimed at the Archmage bot. It was aimed at the massive bot farms that don't use the paid services like this. So that's one of the things that happened this week. The other thing was they released the new set of Soulbound rewards cards. Due to the fact that I don't have access to the MAV chat or the MAV server, I was not able to go into the artwork and go into the evolving stats. We all knew that when they initially dropped that they would change, and they have changed. That's what testing is for, right? And you can look forward to me commenting and figuring out the new set as we go along when they fully get released here in a few days, right? They did say at the end of the month it would be released. So I'm anticipating, it's the 28th today, I'm anticipating the next patch. We'll have a town hall on the 30th. So maybe next week on the 31st. Which is usually when they do their patches. So we'll see how that goes. But with that said, and that's a whole that's a big prologue. This video, without much further ado, was me catching up with you as far as where I stand and what I've done over the last couple weeks. Because obviously I had mentioned that I wasn't able to make a video last Friday. So let's go over to my Peak Monsters cards, and I'm starting 15 days ago, which is roughly what the Friday before last would have been, and look at the details of what I purchased last week and then this week to hopefully strengthen my deck and prepare me for the future a little bit. So I did buy a few more commons as far as the new the quote-unquote new rewards cards that are going out of print, to make sure that they were all leveled up to level 10. So at least I had a full level 10 copy, or a max level copy, level 10 for commons, right? So I bought some bats and I combined them. I bought some Murd Hampiers, I combined him for a level 10. you know, if you've been with me, that previously I've been concentrating on getting these rewards cards before they go out of print. Previously, I was just concentrating on the older variety, but then when they announced that the newer variety were going completely out of print too, when the Soulbound rewards cards were dropped, I wanted to go ahead and make sure I had those maxed out. So maxed him out. I bought some more to level her up. I really like her. Let's go Countess Sinash. I maxed her out. Really powerful card in my opinion. I may have not have gotten such a great deal because over the last couple of weeks since they announced that, the card values have basically been going up, and it's been kind of in spikes because people will FOMO for a little bit and then sell off, and we kind of saw a something kind of like penny stocks where people buy and sell really quickly, people trying to make a little bit of profit. But they've leveled out, but they're still, and you'll see I bought some Kinjos to max him out as well. And I brought my bear up to level 4, I believe. Let's check him out. Yeah, level 4. I do intend on bringing him up a little bit more, but I specifically brought him up to 4 because that's where he gains the halving. The next step, when I hit him next week, I'll probably bring him up to 7. So force field. If you're new to the game, when you're buying cards, you really want to look at two things. You want to look at what's the max level card my caster or my summoner can cast. And the second thing when you're buying the card is where does that card get another power? Because that's where it's really at, right? Because these in-between steps, they get life, they get an extra point here, point there on speed, life, damage, but that extra power means a lot, okay? So I'll probably make sure to bring him up to level 7 relatively soon. So that, and I combined him. Nothing really exciting in rewards as far as chest goes for me over the last couple weeks. I have got a few rares, and I did get some nicer cards. I did get 3 packs this week. I'll just go through here quickly. You can see got a lot of merits, some commons, a lot of commons. Here's another purchase I made. Oh yeah, I'm also in the steps to make sure that all my summoners are up to level 6, and so far I'm doing pretty good. What I mean is my summoners I mainly use from Chaos Legion, and so bought some Kelias to bring up Kelia to level 6. And I was kind of FOMOing on this purchase because at the point cards were starting to go up, up, up. And my main point is I want to get level 6 summoners before Chaos Legion goes out of print. And I'm pretty close. Because if you're new to the game, there are, depending upon what league you fight in, there is a maximum level summoner you can use. Okay, so in bronze, the max level summoner is 2. In silver, it's 4. In gold, it's 6. And in diamond, it's 8. So I would advise persons coming into the game, if you're going to buy a summoner, just buy the max level. Go in to Peak Monsters and go to the auctions, and I would go for a level 2 first. Find a deal on level 2, or if you want to look forward, find a level 4. But do it in that increments. I've made a mistake over time by leveling my summoners up 1 level at a time. And I want to try to help people head that off, because if you're fresh to the game, you kind of want to have a max level summoner for each league, right? So with that said, I want max level summoners for gold because I primarily fight in gold now. The last few weeks, I mean, the Archmage has got me squarely into Diamond 2, right? With what is in effect a gold deck. So I'm not complaining about that, but I do want to make sure I have max level summoners for gold. And that was that one we just looked at. The combined, that was the combine into level 6 for Kelia. This was the end of the last season. We already talked about that. Pack opening, cards combined. This was me transferring to my rental account. Rewards, that was one of the packs I told you about earlier, which we will open at the end of this video. Here's another purchase, some more bats, more Murdham Piers. I'm not going to let this totally load, otherwise it would take a while. These are all commons. Well, this is a rare. Reward cards that are getting ready to go out of print that were on the low price side that I wanted to scoop up. Love that card. If you don't have a max level of that, you should get that. Great in any life hand. Like him too, in specific situations. Great card for a great price, and I feel that this is one of those ones that going in the future will rise in value really good due to its good damage, low cost, fast, can stick it in the back of your hand somewhere. Good strong card as well. In fact, I just got one in a chest yesterday for my daily chests. Rewards 11 days ago. I'll go through these, but nothing really exciting. Gold common, commons. A Jin Chwala, like that, in a medium kind of mana match right up front. Does wonders. Here's another purchase. Once again, back on my thread of leveling up my summoners. The next summoner that I had leveled up was Kelia. Or, not Kelia, but Tarsa. Spaced on her name for a minute. Combined her. Also, on each Friday, I tend to buy a low-priced alpha card. Just because it's like the card collector in me, right? I wanted to start accruing some alpha cards, so each Friday I buy a low priced alpha card, and I'm not doubling up on that. I'm just trying to get like a full set of the commons at least, and then go into the rares. Just to say I have some alphas, I guess. Okay, what else? Okay, so the other thing I've been trying to do is get a full set of fiends, and I'm almost there too. So I bought the life fiend, more bats, more skulls, more Murdhampiers. These are coming in sections. I made like one or two big buys of these, and I came back and I just couldn't help myself to buy a few more while they were still at a penny or something. Great card. If you're new to the game, get one of these while they're lower priced. Let's look it up. Rewards. Pelcor Bandit, it's at 2 cents now. Used to be 1 cent. Doubled in price. I can retire now. But seriously, this is a great card. If you're new to the game, make this the first on your list. Even at 2 cents, get yourself, I don't know, the max level you can get of this card. At this price, I would say buy a max level card. Looking for the prices now. So you can get a max level Pelcor Bandit for under $10 now, and this is a great card. Okay, so let's go back. He's one of those cards that I maxed out just because, right? Because he's getting ready to go into life here. He's also one of those situational cards where once in a while I'll throw him in, but handy to have if you need him. Bunch more. This is like the midweek where I didn't buy anything. I usually do all my buying towards the end of the week. Some commons. I got a bunch of potions this last week. More commons. There's a rare. There's another one of those packs I was telling you about. More commons. There was like 3 days in a row where I got Murdhampier and Bloodmaker. Bunch of merits. There he goes again. More Bloodmakers, Murdhampiers. More bats. Got a Seedsmith. Don't see that's in the old, quote unquote, old group of rewards cards. Another pack. So I did pretty good on packs this week. And yesterday I got Jinchwala, or the day before yesterday I got Jinchwala. More merits. So I do have some. Let's look at. I do have 3 Gladius cases and 3 Chaos Legion packs to open. I try to stay at 125, which is the amount of packs I'm saving just for future sales. So now that leads me to what I bought this week, which was yesterday and Friday, which if you've been with me, you know I have $25. I've limited myself to $25 a week. Now last week I did completely FOMO and dropped that because I did max out my 2 summoners, which cost a little bit more, just because I feel strongly that if you're new to the game, the summoners is the base of your collection, right? You need to start with the summoners and work from there. But I feel that when Chaos Legion goes out of print, which were pretty quick, one of the other things they mentioned yesterday, and they came out with a news article that the 5th Chaos Legion Legendary Summoner was announced, and the airdrop will happen either, Sunday or Monday, tomorrow or the next day. And we'll talk a bit about this, but we are within 1 million cards of going out of print on, sorry, trying to find where I was. I was playing Splinter Forge earlier. But we're within 1 million cards of selling out of Chaos Legion, due mostly to the burning of the packs. And I suppose people have been FOMOing a little bit and buying up some packs. But if you want Chaos Legion packs, now's the time to buy some. And I would buy them on the secondary market because I did buy some. So you can go to the market and you can go to other items. Let's see what they're going for now. They have been going up in price. So these got down as low as like around the $1.50 mark, and I bought some of the $1.50 mark. Currently, you can get them for $2.19, which is better than paying $4 for them, right? So if you want some Chaos Legion packs, I imagine that after they go out of print, this price is going to go up slowly. I'm not saying it's going to rapidly go up, but just as the other ones like Untamed when it went out, I don't believe it was ever this low, but it just slowly, gradually crept up from the $3 up to where it is almost $25 now. So, but my main point is that the summoners, which I'm trying to get all the Chaos Legion summoners I have to level 6, will start creeping up in price, and I wanted to get them there before they started creeping up in price. So. Let's see, where we are. Lost my place. Okay. So, the 2 big purchases I made this week, which you just saw, was Bakjira. I was able to level my Bakjira up to level 2, which is what I wanted. And if Bakjira has been a really strong card for me. I think it is for everybody. It's an excellent tank. My Archmage bot plays it, and that level 2, like I said earlier, it picks up that extra power and picks up Strengthen. So not only does it have Void and Slow, but it picks up Strengthen for the rest of your team. Great card as far as I'm concerned. Now, was it a deal? No, because these prices of these legendary cards have been going up over the last couple weeks. But it's because what I've been talking about over the last 20 minutes or however long this video is. I know my videos tend to be long, but I hope I put enough information in them to make it worth watching. And the second guy I buffed this week was Grum, because for the same kind of reason. Strong card. I needed to bring him to level 2. And once again, he picks up, so he not only has Bloodlust and Void Armor, but he picks up Void at level 2. So would like to get him to level 3, but as of now, that's kind of a pricey decision. So I settled for level 2 this week. Combined him. This was a rental. I did rent a card. I rented an Ilthane because I did not have her specifically to play Splinter Forge. In Splinter Forge, just a word on that, the level of the summoner doesn't matter. So you can rent just a level 1 summoner if you want to use it in Splinter Forge, and you'll be fine. There's other details about what does matter in Splinter Forge, but I'll keep those in Splinter Forge videos. And the summoner I leveled up this week well, I haven't leveled her up yet, because at the end of me purchasing those other cards, which I thought were a little bit more important, I just had enough to buy 3, which next week I should be able to go ahead and level her to level 6. And then this was rewards from yesterday, a couple bats, not exciting at all, and of course 41 potions. Now, a word on potions. We've been, if you're like me, you got a ton of potions sitting around. Let's see here. Get 800 potions and over 1,000 of the gold potions, right? But going into the new rule set, you will be able to use potions on your daily and season end chests to improve your odds, right? Just like you would for packs. And this is going to be automatically defaulted on. So what you need to do before you, if you don't want that, and I'm probably going to use potions on end of season chests, but not on dailies, because you will burn through your potions very quickly and not have them available for packs when you want them. So just a word of warning, probably this next week, in a few days, when patch Tuesday comes down, or whenever they put the patch out, make sure before you open chests to go in and turn that off in your settings if you don't want to use potions every time you open a chest. And you know, everybody's going to have a different thought process on that. For me, I want to save my potions until I specifically want to use them, right? And this morning, I remembered that I hadn't bought my alpha card for this week, and I had a couple dollars left over. So I went in and I bought the next one on my list, because what I've been doing is I've been going to alpha, sorting by cost, and just buying the next cheapest one that I don't have. So I bought this card and transferred it to my rental account. Some of them rent once in a while. So, okay, with that said, I think that catches you and I up on what my purchases have been. And now, like I said, I have 3 Gladius cases and 3 Chaos Legion packs to open up and round out the video. So let's just go ahead and open 3, just for sake of brevity here. Oh, nice. Ooh, nice. If you're new to opening cards, another legendary. So you can, scan your mouse cursor over the card, and if it's got a glow like that's got a yellow glow, that's a legendary. So let's open the commons first. And these all help out because most of my commons are level 2 at this point, and I'm building to level 3. Most of my other, okay, so got duplicates of that and that and that. Another thing I want to mention, that going into the new the new change happening with the soulbound cards, rewards cards. The higher level leagues can get multiples of cards in chests. It used to be one of the kind of off-putting things was like if I'm playing in Diamond, I get a chest that has one common card in it. That's the same as somebody playing in Bronze. There's not much value in there for me. But now you can get multiple BCX of a card. Now in this case, I got multiple BCX of these cards just because I opened multiple packs at the same time. So, okay, let's see what we got here. Nice. Gorth. I have one other of him. Not quite enough to level him up. And let's see what we got here. Oh, I like him. I've got another one of him. Come on. I think that's the first one of her I've got. So overall, pretty nice. 2 legendaries and an epic. I won't complain. Let's take a look at the gladius cases. Let's sort by commons first. Need 14. Commons, you need 14 to level up, so not enough. And rares, you're going to need 5 to hit level 2. Not quite enough for Captain Katie. Gorth, I have 3. I thought I just had 2 of him. 1 more, and I'll be able to hit level 2, which gets him 1 extra life. I really like Marisol. Very strong card. Okay, and Zulax. And of course, I'm 1 shy on him too. At level 2, he will pick up Thorns. Nice. Okay. Let's go back. And let's open multiple. No. Let's open up 3. Okay. Rare. Epic. Rare. No legendaries. Let's open up the commons. Like I've said a number of times, even the commons in the Chaos Legion set are very strong, I believe. All these cards, all these common cards, very strong players. And from a starter standpoint, if I were starting today, I would start by getting a set of the common Chaos Legion cards maxed out to where, you know, whatever it's the max level your summoner can cast. You know, whether it be level 3, 4, 5. And it would give you a good foundation for your card set. Let's start with rares. Portal Spinner. It's pretty good. Tarsa. Gold Tarsa. Not going to complain about that. And Damfair Stalker, like him, play him a lot. Grund, another sweet one. Hunter Jarks. So all in all, I will not complain about that. So with that said, thanks for dropping by and spending whatever, half hour or whatever. I know my videos end up being long, but this one was kind of a summation of 2 weeks worth of videos together. So I appreciate you stopping by. If you found value in this, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you and your family are happy and healthy going into February of 2023. Never thought I'd be saying that. But I will see you on the flip side.